YP murdered this.
Yeah.
I came in for one simple reason. It ain't your feelings. No conversation. Let's get the bullshit and get straight to business. You see, I'm coming for one.
And go. The first episode of Venus versus Mars. Episode. I like that.
The inaugural
I like
episode.
that. And who you be? Let the queen introduce herself first.
Well, y'all already know who it is. It's Big Mama Queen C.
Okay. And I'm BBG, the accountability MD. You know, making sure that we connect the woman and the man minds together, you know, and make sure we have this great discussion of the two. You know, so we can help people help people.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of people out here wilding. So I guess our first topic should be stepfathers. Since it's been going around lately, what the stepfathers should be doing, not doing, who they taking advantage of. You know, one stepfather been paying, well, he's not even a stepfather, boyfriend, been paying 10 years of a young girl's life, and she expects him to pay for her wedding, but she treat him like crap, and trying to invite her real father to the wedding and all that, want the father to walk her down the aisle, but want the boyfriend of the mother, because we can't call him stepfather, to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he is. Shit, he the damn daddy, if you ask me.
He's a sucker, you ask me.
Listen, I don't number one, I don't even think that scenario is real. Number two, because it's been floating around on social media for a while now, like a few years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say at least 5 or 6 years the scenario has been floating around. And I don't think it's real. That's number one. But number two, if we are going to treat it like it's a real scenario, because it does happen, I'm not mad at the man for wanting to not pay for the wedding. Basically, it seems like he's not respected in the house as anything more than an ATM. Um, I've really fought the mother more than anything, because if that's the man that you chose to put in place of her father who walked out, or the girl's father that walked out, then you know he should be respected as a parental and authoritative figure. Um, I do understand, the girl's situation, because it's her wedding and it's important, and her dad came around and she wants to have him walking down the aisle. But at the same token, I feel like father is more than a title. It's
We gotta take a small chronic break because the kids gotta get yelled at, but it's all good. But I do.
Jesus.
No, it's all good. Take your time, Mama. Take your time.
But I feel like the young lady should actually have the stepfather do it. He's the one that made the sacrifice. He's the one that's been around through all the trials and tribulations and things of that nature. And no honor should go to anyone more deserving than him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the father really should get out his ego, take a step back, and realize that you just pop back up. Like, let's be for real. But like I said, I don't even think the scenario is real. But if it is real,
you don't know. But we don't know what the conversation is between the mother and the biological father. You know what I mean? So we don't know if he like homeboy's a sucker. So it is what it is. And let me ask you a question: is 10 years too long to be in a relationship without any engagement or marriage?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if the kids see that, then why anybody in the house need to respect the fact that this man up there tripping about paying for her daughter's wedding, but he ain't even trying to pay for their wedding.
I mean, that's to say that if that's what they want, she might not have wanted to get married. He might not have wanted to get married. They might have liked it the way that they are, but yet and still, they still have gone through the fact of creating a union where they're living together. They are raising a family together. So therefore, he has taken over the role of the male parental authoritative figure in the house, and he should be respected as such. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you know, they don't have anything as far as like legal papers, but a marriage is more than just a piece of paper and a set of wedding rings. It's the actual commitment to this person, and not only did he commit to her, he committed to her two kids. So, like I said, respect should be given to this man more than just requiring that he pays out of his pocket. Because if it was me, I'd say fuck that shit, let that nigga pay for it.
Yeah, I'm calling the so-called stepfather a sucker. I'll
Listen,
call him
listen.
a
I can't call him a sucker because
the
it was a lot of stuff up until that point. But what I'm saying is if that's how he's being treated, then he definitely needs to take a step back and allow the father to do all of it and
yeah.
not just some of it.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Start canceling them fucking checks.
if he's being disrespected, it's not the first time he's been disrespected by this young lady, and the mother.
I mean, it could be. It could be. It could be.
It should be no. If it's any disrespect, then my money's not going to be disrespected either.
Right, right, right. No, my money's not paying for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and if,
I'm
and
sorry. I'm
if your
not.
mother got to walk away and you taking y'all badass kids with y'all, then you know what I mean, or mad ass kids and deuces. Cause
I mean, but these are adult women though at this point.
exactly,
You get what I'm saying? We talking about marriages, so she could just, walk away. Cause them kids is adults at this point.
yeah.
I just I really don't like the scenario because this is what a lot of these he man woman hater club red pill Negroes use to try to say that this is why you shouldn't date a woman with kids. And to be honest, you really shouldn't date women that aren't family oriented or are going to respect you as the authority figure in the house, because this could happen with a woman without kids. She could have kids and y'all could be married and she still look at you like a fucking ATM. You still have no authority. You still have no ability to raise these children outside of providing money for them. So, it's not more so of a single mother aspect. It's just whether or not, this woman is going to, you know, put this whole thing together and allow people to do what needs to be done in order to create a complete family structure. I got side connected because we got a third person.
Yeah, we had a third person. Your black channeled in real quick.
Didn't even say hello.
Why was it named Bob?
I'm not gonna be on camera.
He not even connected yet.
But as far as
You got an echo.
I'm out.
He couldn't take it.
That was quick. That was quick. A quick in and out.
And that was God saying, "No, we don't want to hear you tonight."
Yep, no, that he did enough last night.
Coming home with a cigarette at that too. Yeah.
Listen, about to come in here with all the foolishness and fuckery.
The fuckery.
Not today.
Not tonight. We rebuke that.
Not tonight.
It is it's a real thin line, because if you have kids, it is a package deal. Whether your mother, whether your father. If you have multiple baby fathers or baby mothers, you can have a cool baby mother and you can have a drama one too. And it's no rhyme or reason to this. And you really have to determine whether this is the choice you want to make. Because if you're not, because you have every decision to make before you enter. And if you say, I got one kid, and if you already jump into it without.
But niggas be lying though. What happens when niggas be lying though?
Well, we're talking about if a man don't have any children and start dating a woman with children. he had his decision. Just like a woman date a man with no children, and sometimes I won't say the 90-day rule should work, but I think that you should sometimes, and every situation is different. Wait before you open up the legs, because when you open up the legs,
You open up Pandora's
A
box.
lot more feelings get involved, and now,
already gave him the cookie.
yeah, it's harder to
beat it
walk
down,
away.
I
Yeah,
might as well stick around,
And-
right?
In the words of Slick Rick,
right.
and if you ever let them make love to you, girls, you can forget it.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, you've been caught. Spread around to them. That's what you thought.
Disney girl.
And,
Shut
and,
up.
and it's facts though. It is facts though. Once you lay down and catch feelings with somebody, or if they have incredible sex, you're caught. You're caught up, and you don't care what their situation is, who drama, how many, mishandling or mistreatment of their children or anything like that. Like you don't care, because now you like I'm invested in body wise, physical. So
Right, right.
Well, I was gonna post this, but I thought about it and I wanted to bring it up. Dudes don't be knowing, like, it's a real woman to tell you on the first date, I got 5 kids. I got 5. I got 6. I got 4. That's a real ass bitch. Because most women will be like, yo, you'll wine them and dine them or whatever, and you'll realize, like, yo, I can't get with you every day when I want. And then it'll be on the back end. And to put that forward, it's almost like when a woman got kids, it's like a nigga saying, like, I've been to prison, I ain't got no license.
yeah. Well,
No,
some
it's
people.
fucked up.
Honestly, some people do lie. Some people are upfront. Honestly, being single for a while.
You fucking now on a steady basis.
No, I'm just saying. Just speaking in general. I'm speaking as being single for a while. People don't respect honesty. They love lies.
Right.
They don't want to hear honesty. They want you to lie to them. And
Have you ever lived in the lie?
I have.
See, murder, have you ever lived in the lie? See, murder.
I'm thinking.
Motherfucker, you gotta think you did it.
I mean, not really. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
it's harder for a woman that has her kids to live in the lie. A man that don't have his kids, and you know what I mean, you can live in the
Right.
lie.
It's a lot easier for men to maneuver and keep that a secret more than it is for women. Unless she just a piece of shit mother that ain't never got her fucking kids.
Unfortunately, I have lied about my having 4 children. I subtracted it by 1.
Jesus.
You thought 3 was gonna be good.
And I thought it
3 was better than 4.
It was good, but I ended up losing a potential wife. Because that lie caught up to me, and
As they always do.
yeah. So that was 10 years ago, and I learned my lesson. To me, like I said, if a person really feeling you, they don't care how many children you have. They want to rock with you. They want to rock with you. I done seen women mess with dudes with 7 baby mothers, 7, 8 kids. I done seen dudes mess with a woman with 7 kids and they only got 1 kid or no kid.
That's
so
women.
I've seen them on both sides though.
Now
Listen. I've seen on both sides, like, where it's a woman with a lot of kids and they get in relationships and they get married and things of that nature. And I've seen it with the man with a lot of kids as well. It really just depends on the person that they're dealing with and the type of relationship that they have, because when you really care about somebody and you really want to build with somebody, you will make any of it work. Like a lot of people like to get up on social media and talk all this bullshit, but in reality, when they log off and they go out into the real world, they looking for a connection. And as long as they can get that connection, they'll take, like just like you said, they'll take whatever else go with it. You know what I'm saying? Because people really want to be loved. Like, the niggas try to act like they don't want it, but they want it. They want it. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, all I
I got
know
a question
is,
for the room. And this might be the most heartbreaking shit because both of y'all, all of us, do you think we had too many kids?
No, I think I'm blessed to have my 4 children.
No, I understand that. But it worked out in the end. But was there ever a time when you felt you had too many kids?
Sometimes it was hard, a little heartbroken. I won't say discouraging. When I'll meet a bad chick and I'm like, yo, I have 4 kids. Like, and they be looking at me like I got no kids, and I'm like 31 years old. And some people feel like because of the children, they got to dig in their pocket or baby mama drama. What have helped me is because my kids are older. You know what I mean? So if I meet a woman now, they be like, how old? The first question they ask, how old are your children? That's the first question they ask. How many kids you got? How many baby mothers you got? Like, I got 1 baby mother.
That you kind of went with that.
Yeah, I went with that. I got 1 baby mother. I went
be like, oh,
yeah. Then I be like, they all over 18. So now I'm like, oh, okay, cool, because it's difficult for somebody to go into a connection with somebody has a baby.
I think you can say my ex-wife. Y'all was together so long. Can you get the ex-wife thing off?
If you want to lie, but I learned you tell one lie, you gotta tell a million.
That was kind of your ex-wife though.
Yeah, but I can say that my baby mother, but
baby mother sound fucked up. You
don't want to start nothing with game because you have to continue that game.
Carol, is that game?
Yes, because they weren't legally married.
Common law. What the fuck you mean?
There is no common law in the state of New Jersey. There's no common law in the state of New Jersey.
Back in 2000.
There was never common law in the state of New Jersey. I hate to tell y'all that. That's that down south shit. That don't work up north. That don't work north for the Mason Dixon line.
Your uncle was with the bitch for 6 months. That's common law.
Shit, if that's the case, I was common law married too. The fuck?
No. But honestly, it's very difficult. Like, we have to make better decisions before, because we're not sure a connection is going to work. Then it's, how can I say this, about having additional children, because it's difficult.
But you're not. But to be honest, you're never really sure that any connection is going to work.
Yes, but it's difficult to connect with somebody when they just had a newborn, or they got a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, because majority of the time, unless mama going to watch them, it's really on the mother, because mother's got to stay. Daddy's can leave.
Right.
Daddy's can go anywhere. Daddy's can be like, all right, cool, you about to have a baby? I'm going to holler at you. You know what I mean? I got to bust a move. I'm going to be a truck driver. I got to be on the road. I got to do this. I got to do that. So
I had to get back to my real family.
I got to get back to my other family. But it is a double standard when it comes down to that, honestly, because most mothers have their children. So all the children they push out, whether it's 1, whether it's 10, they majority of the time is with their mother. And the father could go and say, F it, I'll pay child support or whatever, I'll see you later, and can skip town. So a father can live a single life. A mother can't.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that, because, I am a single woman who happens to be a mother. So.
Yeah. So you get it.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. You know what I'm saying? But
So as soon as you grab
we
this,
not condoning central court. No, we're not condoning.
I do. Listen. I'm not beating my children in no central court.
This ain't
I
88.
got whooped
This ain't
in central court.
1988.
Right. I bruise easily. My kids bruise easily. I ain't trying to catch no diapers cases. Like I'm good on all of that. Like I'm good. I see I snatch. I got little boys. I can my daughter, I gotta, be all soft and stuff. But these boys, I can rag them up like this. They'll be all right.
Like I said, it's more difficult. It's for a mother to date than a father to.
I mean, it's more difficult for a mother who doesn't have a support system.
Yes.
Because there are women out here that have children that are dating. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to distinguish that. If they don't have a support system, it does make it a lot more
But
difficult.
grandmas don't want to be grandmas no more. They don't want to watch the kids.
Grandmas don't want to be grandmas no more. They want to go out and party too.
Grandma got a life too.
Fucking grandma right now.
Shut up. Stop telling that woman business like that. Go sit down somewhere.
Look, I'm gonna help you out. Easy. Look, I'm gonna still be fucking his grandma.
Shut up.
She gonna be like, Mom, can you watch the baby? No. No.
Yeah, like, nah, I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And
shit. Oh, nigga, I'm outside Saturday.
You outside.
I'm outside Saturday.
He got babysitter. Look,
I'm outside.
Got babysitter lined up.
I got a babysitter for the whole weekend. I ain't got to see them niggas till Monday.
All night.
Listen, all weekend. She going to get through school on Friday, and I ain't got to see them niggas till Monday. I'm outside all weekend.
You should be like, I'm gone.
She gonna start fucking dabbing.
As soon as I drop them off at school.
He said,
drop them off at school, drop the bag.
Babies off. You're gonna lay them somewhere.
Listen. I'm dropping their ass off at school. My mother lives right down the street from the school. I'm gonna drop the fucking bag off at her house, and I ain't gotta be back until Monday.
I'm gonna loop it back around. Do you think that? Okay, so I got a friend that thinks that men are supposed to just be ATMs, and she's bad. She's bad as hell.
Oh, you was sure about that post?
That was real.
You really know her?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he was for real. Yeah, he was for real.
Know her? Yeah, I thought you were just capping.
Not the one in the picture. But the scenario is actually her.
I was like, hold on, you ain't introduced me. I was like,
let me get a shout out to all my. Let me get a shout out to all my smart people that know what I was going for.
Okay.
But she better than that bitch. Well, she close.
Well, the queens are not bitches.
Well,
they queens.
And she said to me, all I want is a Raekwon looking short drug dealing ass nigga that's got money. And it just, to loop it all together, are the expectations now of the younger women unrealistic? Of what black men are?
No, because shit, back in the day, niggas was buying fucking cars, buying fucking pocketbooks, buying fucking houses. Like,
the first thing you said was back in the day.
So
I think
these
people
don't
have no hope in love anymore, and I think that they don't believe in it no more. And they put their faith and their love into something that didn't work, so they just emotionally disattached at this point.
Talk to me about the emotionally detachedness.
Listen. Oh, it's emotionally unavailable people is the new pandemic. Okay, it's the new epidemic. Social media has killed the need to emotionally attach to people.
Hold on.
Because
before you go any further, killed with a T or a D?
Both.
Killed it.
Both. KILLEDT. Killed. So, social media has killed the ability for people to emotionally attach because everything can be done over text message right now. You don't never have to be in the room with somebody. Everybody is living one persona online and another one in real life, and people got too comfortable with saying some outlandish shit and not being punched in the face.
I have a question for you. Talking about social media. Have you ever got a dick picture and you gave him a thumbs up?
All the time.
Was it a real thumbs up, or you was like, damn, you was impressed?
It was a real thumbs up. I give compliments when they do.
Now, do you hit him up?
They already in my inbox. I don't need to hit nobody up.
Oh well, did you continue on the pursuit or their pursuit?
I don't pursue anything. I'm the egg, sperm chase egg.
Well,
I stay still.
Accept?
Have you ever given up some pussy
off the
dick flick?
The dick DM.
Off the dick pic? No.
Off the dick DM, have you gave some cookies?
No. If I was going to give it to him, I was already going to give him. If I was going to give it to him, I was already going to give him to him. The dick pic just made it better.
No. I have sent out dick pictures, right? I sent out like 100 and I got like 20 good responses. And out of that 20, I fucked about 10 of them. But you never followed up on a dick pic flick?
No, if I was going to fuck them, I already was going to fuck them before they sent the dick pic. That's what I'm saying. The dick pic is just the cherry on top. But
it was
already...
the dick pic good or is it foul?
And we never fucked.
Oh, a random one? Yeah. I don't like random ones. You definitely got to ask my permission to send me a picture of your dick.
What kind of goofy world we live in? You got to say.
Yeah, you got to send me permission.
Can I get permission to send you my dick pic?
No, they be like,
That is like going to the Chinese restaurant and saying,
can I
get soy sauce?
No, see, what you got to understand is that I'm a very intimidating person. My little ass, my little self is a very intimidating person. So men don't approach me the way they approach other females. They literally ask if it's all right. They don't want to be out of place. They want to be very respectful with me because there's big purr energy over here.
Let me help you with this. Not to cut you off.
So they ask permission, and I say fine because I don't judge nobody.
Let me help you. Any nigga that asks permission to send you a dick flick is a pussy. He is a bitch, dude. Any nigga that asks permission to send a dick flick, let me help you.
Or he's disrespectful. Or he's disrespectful.
No.
Maybe he's not a creep ass nigga.
There ain't no respectful way to send a picture of your dick.
Yes, it is. You ask permission and then you send the pic. Fuck are you talking about?
What? I never heard of asking in my life. You ever heard of asking permission to send a dick flick?
I never asked permission to send a dick. Never mean, but I get it. Like, yeah, they don't know if she's gonna curse them out or not, so they don't want to take that.
Exactly. That's why they ask permission because they don't know if I'm gonna take their fucking head off or not.
Morning, afternoon, or night. When's the best time for a prospective guy? You talking to him but he ain't asked permission. When's the best time to send a dick flick?
There is no best time. Just send the motherfucker.
You can send in the middle of work. Now, the one thing you got to be wary of, a lot of girls' kids don't have phones, so they can't
be on their phone.
So I sent a big ass dick to a girl phone. Her daughter seen it.
A pic, you mean? Yeah.
Listen. That's why I buy my kids tablets and shit. Because this a grown person phone.
Let's spin right back around because we get off track. Do I feel like are gold diggers winning, or are they just being desperate and thirsty?
Gold diggers are never winning. They are never winning. Never. Because at the end of the day, some women are wired to where all they care about is material things, but a lot of these women are doing it out of the fear of being hurt, the fear of being rejected, and the fear of actually loving somebody
No,
and
I need you to pump the.
Let her finish.
and the fear of actually loving somebody and not getting that love in return.
Do women
So they settle.
do women know the real meaning of a provider? Or they think provider is
No,
only for
because
the
there's usually a lot of women don't know the real meaning of a provider because it's usually just kept to just what they can do monetarily when provision is so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Provision is not just about money. Provision is, security, peace of mind, you know what I'm saying, mutual respect, reciprocity. That's provision. You get what I'm saying? But they reduce it down to money because, like I said, they don't want to open themselves up to any of that other stuff because once they become vulnerable, they have the ability to be hurt, and people don't want to be hurt.
So they think money is the cure.
They really think money is the cure. A lot of people think the money is the cure, and I know motherfuckers with a lot of money and they miserable as fuck. So I'm here to tell you that ain't it. It's not it.
The women know what they really want.
Some women do. A lot of them don't.
Give me percentage of don't.
It's hard to tell because, like I said, social media has allowed people to have one persona online and another one in real life.
Because
I've done it. I've gone online and said the most toxic shit, and then get offline and text my nigga and be like, "You hungry? You want me to rub your feet when you get in the house?" Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. A lot of people do what they need to do in order to gain, viewers, clicks, likes, and monetary fame, and then they live a completely separate life offline. So I can't even give you a percentage because a lot of these motherfuckers ain't really real. You get what I'm saying? But that's what it is. For women, for like old girl to say, I just want a nigga with some money, that's because she done dealt with a lot of niggas that wasn't giving her any type of security, not just monetarily, but peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? Like the security to know that they're gonna be there for her and go through this thing called life together. You know what I'm saying? So she like, fuck it. At least if he got money, I could cry in a motherfucking Mercedes instead of a Honda Accord. But at the end of the day, you still fucking
you still
crying.
crying.
You still crying. You get what I'm saying? So, I really feel like money is the cop out of all cop outs. That's the scapegoat. So that way people don't really have to deal with what the fuck is really bothering them.
Okay. Another question. Why nice guys finish last?
Because they nice.
But what is a nice guy to you?
A nice guy to me is a motherfucker that says whatever he can and does whatever he can in the hopes that he'll get some pussy. He ain't really nice. Because the minute he get rejected, now it's, oh, all you bitches is the same. No.
That's not a
No.
nice guy. That's a gamer. A nice guy, I would say.
It's really, no, it's really.
A nice guy, I would say, has probably a blue collar job or 9 to 5, whether he's corporate or whether he's working a blue collar job, and he's not aggressive. Like he won't pull your hair. He won't say, bitch, come over here, or he won't have that edge to him.
Then he's not a nice guy.
He was never in the streets. He grew up. He well educated. Might have a couple years of college, or he just finished high school and just went straight to the military. He just don't have that edge to him. But he's just a nice guy. He's thoughtful and he's emotionally attached.
Then he's everything. He's everything but nice. Listen. The definition of a nice guy, of nice, is pleasant, agreeable, and satisfactory.
Mm.
So when you think about nice people, it's not. It's like I said, it's the people that go along with things against their own morals, beliefs, and ideals in order to appease somebody else, with the goal that they're going to get something in return, i.e., sex or a relationship. And when they don't get that, now they feel rejected. And I keep telling people, stop fucking being nice. Stop fucking being nice. You can be respectful. You can be courteous. You can be emotionally available. You can be a productive citizen of society. You can say all of that shit, but stop fucking saying nice. Stop that shit. Stop it. And at the same time, while you're doing all of that, make sure that you have a plan for what you want out of a relationship. You have a standard of a type of person that you want to be in a relationship with, and that's what you're actively getting. Stop going for motherfuckers that you know aren't what you want, but they good to look at, or you know what I'm saying, they give you just enough attention. Like, these motherfuckers know who they be trying to get with, and they figure as long as they keep being nice, that eventually is going to have that person give them what they want, which is either sex or a relationship. And when it doesn't happen, now it's, oh, nice guys finish last. No, nigga, you was just you played yourself. Congratulations. Sorrows, prayers. And I tell women the same thing. Oh, I'm a good woman. Stop being a fucking good woman. Because that shit don't sound right. If you a good woman, then what's a bad woman? If you a nice guy, what's a bad guy? And the first thing they say, oh, I ain't been to jail. So what? I know some nice motherfuckers that been to jail. Because you don't know the type of circumstances that person grew up in and things that they had to do. If you had to live in their shoes, you can't say that you would have done differently. But you probably would have done the same or worse. You get what I'm saying? We got to stop judging people on nice and bad based off of these societal norms. Because I know some nice motherfuckers that'll take your fucking head off. Okay? They some stone cold killers. But when they in the house and they around their family, you would never fucking guess. They could be two completely opposite people.
That is true.
They could be the sweetest person in the world and get out in the fucking streets and be a whole goon.
That is true.
Is he nice or is he bad? It's all about perception.
I think when people say nice guy, I mean they don't have that other personality, or they don't have that other side to them. They're just more of a law-abiding citizen.
Listen, do they? Do they have that other personality? Or are they just repressing it because they are told that that's what they're supposed to do? Maybe if they brought that other personality out, they would get more results. Because that passive-aggressive shit don't work.
Since you said that, can a man bring out a freak in a woman?
Yes, he can. But it has everything to do with outside of the bedroom instead of in it.
I do agree with that too.
It has everything to do with outside of the bedroom. If a woman feels secure in the relationship and she feels loved and she feels valued and she feels respected, she'd turn into the fucking biggest freak you ever seen in your life. You'd probably be scared. You would probably be scared because she feels safe. Now, if she don't feel safe, she gonna give you the side pussy. Like, huh, nigga, just take this shit. Because she wants you off her.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody's sex life is boring. That means the woman don't feel safe and secure?
Or she's just not that experienced in sex. Listen, they took a poll. They said only 11% of the women in the world are experiencing orgasms.
So everybody capping.
I mean, I ain't gonna say they capping, but the shit ain't adding up. You say one thing around these niggas and then you get in this poll and it's anonymous and you telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one or the other. But a lot of that has to do with people not knowing what turns them on sexually. Like a lot of men think that they be good in bed and they really don't be good in bed because a lot of the shit that they learned about sex they learned from porn.
Or they just keep on doing the one trick point. They just kept on doing the same old trick over and over and
Or they
over
kept
again.
doing the same shit
Yeah.
with different bitches, thinking that
Sometimes
that's
it
what's
ain't be
gonna get
porn.
it.
Just that
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean.
yeah.
They don't take the time to learn their partner. They don't take the time to learn themselves
Well,
and what they like.
a lot of people don't communicate doing sex. Do you like this? Do you
Because
like that?
listen,
They
listen,
don't like
you
study each other.
you listen. You got to understand, the male ego is very fragile.
So
It's very fragile.
do mess up the mood to communicate during sex. Not right there, right here. I like it like this. Do it like
I mean,
this.
not for me, but the male ego is very fragile. You have to know how to talk to that man so that way you don't make him feel less of a man, especially if he equates his manhood to his sex game.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
It's a very good point. It's really, really difficult to try to communicate your needs. And then at the same time, there's a lot of women that don't even know what they
I
need.
don't think people understand
Because,
the disappointment that people get if that man don't work. That little man don't work.
listen, sex is mental.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people don't realize that. Sex is mental. It starts up here. That's why I tell people cheating don't start when the sexual act occurs. It starts the minute that the conversation starts to happen. Because that's where it starts. You have to mentally see yourself being pleasured by this person before you can actually accept it. That's what gets you aroused.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The worst thing is to do is be going to Pound Town on some dry land.
Listen, because it's a lot of reasons that can happen. Okay. And a lot of it has to do with a woman's comfort level. If a woman is not comfortable, or she's having some hormonal issues,
hmm
that will definitely happen. She'll dry up like a fucking desert. You know what I'm saying? Especially as we get older and we start going through the change where
hmm
our factory starts to shut down. But that's hormonal. You have to learn how to balance your hormones in order to keep
we got to change how we
flowing.
eat.
Is it not even just change how we eat because I know people that are alkaline and vegan and all of that other stuff, and they still experience the same issues. It's literally a hormonal thing. Some women will have it, some women won't. It literally just depends on how your body reacts to hormones. Now, there are herbs and supplements that you can take that can balance your hormones out so that way it helps a little better. But everybody is different. It's not a one size fits all to that. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a woman that experiences that type of dryness, everybody need to sit down and figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times men won't do that because most of the time they're only there for their sexual gratification. They don't care if
I
she
think that unfortunately the world is living under this Disney effect, right? Um, we just supposed to just
oh
get it.
child.
We just supposed to not communicate. We just supposed to just we don't want to mess up the moment. Most people don't want things to be planned. They just wanted this to happen. And I think that most of the time sexual acts should be planned. Like, hey, look, I don't know you. We don't know each other. We just meeting. What do you like? When do you want to do this?
Listen. I
Let's get a
tell people
bottle
all
of
the
this.
time.
Let's get some weed.
Exactly. I tell people all the
Let's make
time,
this a night.
before y'all start fucking,
Yeah.
you got to have the conversation. You got to know what they like, what they don't like. You got to know, because if you don't, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a very bad sexual experience. Very seldom ever do two people have great spontaneous sex. Very seldom. Very seldom. Very seldom. And that really only happens with people who have a kink. So that means they get off on pleasuring another person,
Okay. Yeah.
because it's already ingrained in them to find out what that person likes, because that's the way that they're going to get off, by getting this other person off.
Mhm.
Other than that, people don't know. And unless you have those hard conversations, then it's not going to happen. And I keep telling people, we too fucking grown at this big ass age. We've been fucking way too long to be playing around. Find out what you like. Find out what works for you. You know what I'm saying? It's people that have, fetishes and kinks, and they need to talk about that shit, because you don't know if that person may be into that or not. Don't. It should be no reason why we are sexually repressing ourselves, and we're adults.
Yeah, I'm not. Honestly, if a chick tell me she want to go to the shower, then I'm not doing that shit. Like, nah, we good. Like, I'm not
I don't
shitting
understand the
on you. I'm
fascination
not.
of.
I'm not doing.
I don't understand the fascination, but it's some people that like that shit.
Like, yo,
Like
you
I,
are
I don't
like,
I don't understand the
I could
fascination, but
disconnect real
it's some
quick.
people that like that
I
shit.
mean, that's their thing. I'm nobody knocking that. Like, I'm not. We not. I'm not doing
That's
that.
that that's that degradation kink.
I'm not doing that. But if that's your
That's
thing, listen. Go ahead. Go that way. I'll go this way.
right. Like, you definitely need to find
It don't
somebody
matter
else
if the
for that.
person is so amazing. We got to all be so compatible, and oh my God, this is
But you're not compatible,
the.
because they like getting pissed on and you don't want to piss on them. So you're not compatible. You get what I'm saying? And that can help a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers think that dating is asking people their favorite colors and their favorite foods and stuff like that. And in reality, dating is finding out what that person is like, their ideologies, their beliefs, their upbringings, and the things that bring them pleasure. That is where you find
Yeah.
compatibility.
I'm glad you said that because it's very important for me. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? And if I believe in Jesus and you be like, you don't believe in God at all, like, but
I mean,
I'm
if
like,
that's your deal breaker,
yeah.
then that's your deal
So
breaker.
I'm because you're bad. I'm supposed to just be like, okay, God, let me just have this one. Like, she don't believe in you, but let me show her. Like,
Listen, some people will actually do that. Some people will do that. And then you get down the road 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 years and kids and all that other shit and be like, oh, they're toxic. No, they're not toxic. Y'all just weren't compatible. But instead of you realizing that and saying, okay, I think it's just best that, we cool, but we just go our separate ways. You try to force
yeah,
shit. And
because
then that's
if I'm saying I'm
left.
going to church on a Sunday, you just gonna lay there and be like, well, tell your God I said what's up. Like,
Right, right.
and everything, every other word, every time religion come up is, yeah, that's your God. Yeah, it kind of.
Listen. It's somebody out there for
Yes,
everybody.
it is. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right.
You just have to find your
And
somebody.
some people do need a person to come into their life to um, help them to that next level of connecting spiritually with um, whatever religion that that person might be in, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Islam, Buddhist. Some people might need that type of person to come into their life to help them or show them a different light because they sometimes people need to connect to something to get their life in order. So
But they have to be willing to accept the help.
yeah, you gotta be willing to. You gotta be open to. Yeah, I won't say like leave because a man could connect with a woman and she could open up his mind to new things. You know, she could be like, hey, he'd be like, I never thought I could love Jesus this much, or I never believed in Jesus until I met this woman. And she started taking
Right.
me to church, or man could say, I never thought about doing yoga and meditating and Buddhism until I met this woman, you know, and it enlightened my whole world. So it's different
Right.
things where it could be God to some, it could be the universe to others that lead them into a whole other path that they're supposed to be connected with anyway. Because I don't believe people meet by accident. I
No,
believe
it's
we all
definitely,
meet.
I definitely don't believe,
Yeah,
I don't believe in coincidences. It's all for a reason. But the problem is a lot of people don't realize that reason, like, or realize that not everybody is meant to stay forever.
yeah, that is true. Some people might
You
have
know,
seasons.
people, some people are seasonal people, and that's absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? But my father always says is evolve or die.
Mm.
If that person is not willing to evolve, they will eventually die. And it's not in a literal aspect. It could be spiritually, it could be mentally, it could be emotionally, but that's just what it is. You're either gonna evolve or you're gonna
Cause you
die.
should,
That's
cause
just,
you shouldn't be the same that you were 5 years ago. And the
you
person around
shouldn't.
you, whether it's your friend, your boo, your babe, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever connection you in, y'all shouldn't be the same from day one to year one to year 10.
You shouldn't.
It
You
should be
shouldn't.
always evolving.
You should be growing and evolving because you are like to think that we're not part of this earth, we're not living beings, a part of the earth, and they fail to ever look into nature and realize the correlation between nature and people. But if nature is constantly evolving and changing, you should be evolving and changing too.
Yeah, four
Now,
seasons.
yeah. Now, whether that's for good or bad, that's up to you. But listen, okay? But you should always be changing. You should not be the same person that you were last year. Without any type of growth or evolution, you will become stagnant and then eventually you will start to die. The problem is that people don't realize that sometimes in that growth and evolution, y'all might go this way.
Mm-hmm.
We would like everybody to stay like this, but sometimes you go this way. And that's fine. It is what it is. You know, it like I said, it's the forcing shit. It's the forcing. It's the forcing that causes a lot of the problems in society. And then people get out of these situations and they don't do the work necessary in order to heal any trauma that they have occurred from them, and then they turn around and take that trauma and put it out into the world, which is why I'm so glad that we're doing this and we're not doing it like in the way that a lot of these normal, the usual rigmarole with these podcasts and all of this fighting and bickering and man versus woman. Because I tell people a lot of times, the motherfuckers is hurt. They need to go to therapy. They need to go touch some grass. They need to go find Jesus. They need to go do something. But instead of doing all of that, they grab a mic and a fucking ring light and they on there projecting their shit out to the world. And then, you know, you hurt
Hurt
people,
people. Yep.
and misery love company. And what the motherfuckers miserable people do, they click up and then, you know, they project that out into the world. And that's how we get all of these emotionally unattached people because they're so scared to be hurt, they just unplug. And that's not natural and that's not normal. And if we continue to do that, the human race will die off. I'm not even going to lie to you. If we continue to do like that, the human race will die off because there will be no more connections.
Negativity is always has a way to winning in society now. So nobody want to hear the positive thing; they want to hear all the negative stuff. So somebody saying something
Because
crazy,
it's easier to point the finger. But you see how when I'm pointing that
yeah,
finger, all these fingers coming back to
yeah,
me? They don't never pay attention to this part.
Yeah.
It's always this part. Because it's easier for you to project and to reflect.
And that's why I call myself the accountability MD, because I first you got to hold yourself accountable, right? So I had to.
It always starts
It
with you.
always
It
it always
starts and
starts
ends with you.
right? So I had the same issues, and when I realized I had issues of destroying myself from the path that I was in, I took the responsibility and accountability to get the proper help. Went to therapy, connected with my God, and making sure that I start learning that I have to work within self before I could go outward, right? And so that's what people have to do. They don't never want to say, okay, I'm the common denominator. Okay, if I've got this issue, or I'm having failed relationship after failed relationship, maybe it's not them. Majority is me. So let me look. Let
Right.
me look at me and see where I'm going wrong at, and what I need to start changing. Maybe I need to start getting some help and start looking at things differently, or not connecting with the man at the bar, or connecting with the woman at the bar, or connecting with the woman here, or maybe let me take a whole year off and just be successfully single and not kick it to nobody, and just be celibate and just say, hey, I'm just gonna focus on me and see what, and then go from there. But if you go from one relationship, because some people really go through one relationship to another, to another, to another, to another, to one bed, to another bed, to another bed. They never had the chance to even spend time with themselves. And then when they get by themselves, they already talking to somebody else. Like
Facts. They can't spend
they
a
can't
fuck
spend a second
yo.
together because they got so locked
Yo,
up.
I got a friend like that right now, and oh my god, he's fucking driving me crazy. Like this man will call me all times of fucking day, and I keep telling him I'm either gonna start charging his ass by the hour for spiritual services, or he gonna have to get a fucking therapist because it's starting to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, him and his wife are going through some things. They've separated. She's moved out of the house. And he was talking to me about he had some tickets to a comedy show tomorrow. And he was like, yeah, my date canceled. And I was like, you're what? He's like, yeah, my date canceled. I said, nigga, how you getting ready to go on a date with another chick and you ain't even you you
Mm-hmm. Still married.
You ain't even started
Yeah.
separation papers. You know what I'm saying? Like you still packing your wife's stuff up for her to come get. Like you ain't even nigga, it ain't even been a month. And you talking about dating? I was like, why don't you just go by yourself? He like, and waste the ticket? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Go by
Never know
yourself.
who you
Why
never
do
know
you
who you
feel
might meet though.
you never know who you might meet? I'm like, why do you feel the need to go? And I said, and then on top of that, I said, if you spend as much time talking to this girl about your ex that you do with me, I can see why she don't want to go.
Yeah.
I said, cause nigga, I be ready to choke the shit out of you. Like, I wish you would just shut the fuck
But
up.
one of
Like,
my rules on my BBG rules are, if you're still married and you're going through a separation or a divorce, you're off limits from dating.
off
You shouldn't
limits.
date nobody. Don't bring nobody.
Nobody.
Into this
You
mess.
need to go sit the fuck down and figure out how you gonna close this door before you open up the next
Yes.
one.
Yes. Yes.
Process that shit first.
Yes.
You know how when soldiers go out and they do these missions, and after the mission, before they go on the next mission, they got to debrief it. They got to sit down and talk about everything and what went wrong and what they could do better on the next mission. That's what the fuck you need to be doing. You need to debrief.
Yeah. So that's no.
You need to debrief.
That's one of my rules. That's my sort of. That's one of my rules.
Right. Because if you haven't processed that situation, it's no need for you to move into another.
Yeah, that's one of my rules. If you're legally married, going to separation, divorce, if it did not finalized yet, no dating, no nothing. Don't even pay for it. Don't trick off. Don't get a sneaky leak. Don't none of that. Like go cold turkey. Just focus on yourself and try to. If it's not If it's not meant to work, then take your time to work on you.
Carol, keep it a buck.
What?
You never fucked a married man or a nigga with a real girlfriend?
That I knew of? No.
So you just never kicked the bitch back and said, fuck it, I'm going for the dick.
No.
We was having a great time into the negativity.
Nigga.
So that's
Nigga, like,
cute.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is the first episode.
You never fucked a girl that
This is the first episode. For that answer, we're gonna come back next week. This is Venus versus Mars. I'm BBG, the Accountability MD.
it's Big Baba Queen C. Big Purr.
And I'm the producer, Mr. Take the condom off when you're not looking.
Yeah, we gonna fire him. Trust that. We're gonna fire him next week.
Word. Bring promo. We're promo.
I hope y'all enjoy. It was very entertaining. And shout out to the original, the OG podcast, the foundation, Beach Bars and Convo podcast, the media,
HGM.
He coaching me along.
The one that started it all.
Beach Bars and Conversation, HGM. That is the platform, the headquarters, the
corporation.
We're gonna be here once a week. We're gonna bring you that content.
We're gonna bring you that content,
and we always gonna have a elevated conversation. See, a lot of time this battle of the sex shit is so lame. We're gonna elevate the conversation.
I don't know. He just came
It's
out
lame.
But anyway,
it's lame.
Yeah,
it's lame. I'm tired. I'm tired of you. He-Man Woman Hater Club, and I don't need a man.
No, we all need each other. We all need
we all need each other.
We all need each other.
Everybody don't need nobody until it's time to need somebody.
We all need love.
And I just want to say one thing. R.I.P. to Tina Turner, because a bitch got her ass whooped last night.
No.
Jeff beat your ass in the verses. It was Janet Jackson versus Beyonce, and I told you Janet Jackson.
He did not beat my ass. It was 7-4. He won by a had you not gave that nigga the win the week before, we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
Well, we're not gonna speak about the other night before we're gonna talk about tonight. Rest in peace.
That part.
While the fools fall in love. That was
nigga, that was Frankie Lyman.
Yeah, that was Frankie Lyman.
In the show, man. In the show.
Look. That was Frankie Lyman with his bigamous ass, married to 3 different women at the same goddamn time.
I had a flight. I had mad stuff to do. R.I.P. Tina Turner. Next week, next Thursday, same time, same place. It is Venus versus Mars. And they can follow me at Billionaire Billy Gates on IG. All my socials, Billionaire Billy Gates. Follow me, tag me, hit me up.
Y'all know where y'all catch me.
Yeah, follow the billionaire. We out.